So we're going to do that Nigun a few more times, but I want to ask those who know how to do any of the 8 functions, specifically number 4 of creating the container that we're going to do this work in. And the other one that came to me is number 5 of the exalter, exalting this energy. So those of you who know how to do those functions to create this energy of this group, we'll do this nigun a few more times, and you can see if you can turn on those aspects of your energetic being.
You have to shift into the quantum field, but we'll put the container around the quantum field all over the planet.
So welcome to Kzoom. So good to see your faces. I just want to take a moment to look around the Zoom room and welcome all these beautiful faces here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sweet. Oh, sweet faces.
So we are on a journey, and the idea of journey is so important that I actually wrote a book about. I wrote a book about it. Oh, you can't see it.
Let's see. There we go.
No, it's gone.
Half of it's there. Oh, I'm gone. Oh, there it is. Oh, put it on your body.
Yeah, that's it. So the idea of journey, we come into the book of Bamidbar, and there's a shift that happens on this cycle of Torah, and for me, it's this kind of awareness that we are on a journey, really, that we are in process, that everything is moving, that's changing, even though we might feel like we're stuck in one place in our homes. We're actually on this incredible journey, and each step of the way, we can open to the miracle of this step. And I remember when I first wrote the book of Torah journeys. Uh, I was just putting the chapters on my website, and this publisher found them, and he was from kind of a modern Orthodox family, and he had kids that he said his kids hated Torah. They went to a
Teenagers.
Jewish day school, and they hated Torah, and they would just let him know how much they hated Torah. But every Shabbat he would read them something, and whenever he read them something from Torah journeys, they just loved it. They just loved it. These teenage girls,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
and finally he said, "Well, why? If you hate Torah, how come you love this? What's the difference here?" And they said to him, "Nobody told us that we're on a journey.
Hmm.
Nobody told us that we were on a journey." And knowing themselves on a journey just kind of made all the difference. And I just wanted to just read the last couple paragraphs of this book. It says, sometimes I look around and see each and every one of us walking the path of the valiant hero on a remarkable journey filled with the human adventures of birth, illness, romance, divorce, loss, triumph, heartbreak, healing, and aging into wisdom. And yet we often just accept it as all boringly normal and tedious. I travel, and this is a different way of traveling that we're going to be taking today. I travel to remember that my whole life is an extraordinary adventure. I travel to awaken my curiosity and wonder so that I can bring those qualities to every step of life. When I am awake in this way, I am living a paradox. With this step, I have arrived in the promised land. All there is to do is celebrate. And I'm also forever on my way there, stumbling, dancing, opening to all it means to be human, remembering that it is the journey that matters. So I wanted to just bring forth this idea of journey tonight for our practice that we're going to do together, to become aware, self-aware of where am I on my own journey? What is the miracle of this very step that I'm stepping? And also using our imagination and our curiosity to see the whole scope of the journey. And as this week was dawning, really after the last Kzoom, I start to ask the question, what is this, what are we called to? What's the work that we're called to do? And because we're entering into this, the book of Bamidbar, I wanted to ask the question, how will I journey? With what qualities? How am I gonna take this journey? I know I'm on the journey, and I know I want to bring awareness to this journey. But really, how will I walk? And I love to reframe that word halacha, which people usually think means the rules, that you're supposed to follow, and to say no, it doesn't mean that. It means how you walk. How do you walk with what kind of grace and connection? What is the dance that we're doing, and what do we want to bring to that? So I held that question in my heart. How do I want to take this journey? And then I looked at all of the practices, and I chose some practices that I thought might help us on the journey. But I really want to say that the question's more important than any answer. And so that question of how will I take this journey, I want to just hold that, put that on the altar of our time together in this hour. So the first thing that I thought when I wanted to take the journey, first of all, I want to take the journey with you. I mean, I'm on this journey, but I want companions on the journey. So just take another moment to look around the room and sort of give your companionship to those who are on this journey. And because I think it's really important to know that you are, in a way, holding hands and being that we're taking this journey together, and when one of us stumbles, the other lifts us up. So I'm so grateful to be with you. So when I asked the question, how do I want to walk on this journey? I said, I want to walk with my eyes open. I want to be able to notice the miracles around me. And I say this because I don't always live that. Sometimes I miss what's right in front of me. I'm focused on where I'm going or what's going to happen next, or even though I have no idea what's going to happen next. And I miss the miracle in front of me. So this kind of commitment to awakeness, and this first practice is Galanai, unveil my eyes. So the veils in front of my eyes are, I don't know if you could put in the chat what your veil is. My veil is a kind of a busyness, a kind of a sense of like, oh, I need to get things done. Self-criticism, just all of these things that just become veils that keep us from seeing what's right in front of us. Yeah.
Distraction, judgment.
So to unveil those eyes is just sort of to become aware of, oh, these are my patterns. This is what keeps me from the miracle of this moment.
Self-criticism, that's a big one. Doubt, anxiety.
And then we want to clear that. When I say galanai abita, then I can see what's in front of me. Then galanai abita niflaot. Oh, there's actually a miracle in this moment. The miracle of my life, the miracle of existence, the miracle of aliveness. And I want to be able to encounter it. And this is the Torah. This is your Torah, God. This is how your Torah comes to me, through that sense of the miraculous. And if I can open to that, it changes the whole quality of my journey. It moves me to where I need to go. So let's see. And there are, if some people who know movements to this, you can sort of feel like you're taking off that veil with each repetition of the chant. Galanai, Galanai ve'apita, Galanai ve'apita niflaot, Galanai ve'apita niflaot mitoratecha, Galanai, 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 oh Galanai, Galanai ve'apita, Galanai ve'apita niflaot, Galanai ve'apita niflaot mitoratecha, Galanai, 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 oh Galanai, Galanai ve'apita, Galanai ve'apita niflaot, Galanai ve'apita niflaot mitoratecha, Galanai, 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 oh Galanai, Galanai ve'apita, Galanai ve'apita niflaot, Galanai ve'apita niflaot mitoratecha, Galanai, Galanai, Galanai.
Carolinai, vera vita di float. Carolinai, vera vita di float. Mi tora taka. Carolinai, 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 oh Carolinai. Carolinai, vera vita. Carolinai, vera vita di float. Carolinai, vera vita di float. Mi tora taka. Carolinai, 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 oh Carolinai. Carolinai, vera vita. Carolinai, vera vita di float. Carolinai, vera vita di float. Mi tora taka. Carolinai, 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 oh Carolinai. Carolinai, vera vita. Carolinai, vera vita di float. Carolinai, vera vita di float. Mi tora taka. Carolinai, 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 oh Carolinai. Carolinai, vera vita. Carolinai, vera vita di float. Carolinai, vera vita di float. Mi tora taka. Carolinai, 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 oh Carolinai. Carolinai, Carolinai. I invite you to close your eyes and feel that veil that is in front of you, keeping you from the life you are meant to live, by the miracles that are always there. And just put your hands over your eyes for a moment and look into that, just the darkness behind your eyes. Just look into that darkness and feel in that darkness a kind of a spaciousness opening up. And we'll give ourselves the suggestion that when we take this veil off right now, what we'll see is the miracle that we were missing. And I'll say 1, 2, 3. Take a look around. If you're with somebody, you can look at them. You can look and see. Some of us, it's still light out. We can look and see the light, the miraculous nature of light. Some of the things we just take for granted. The breath, feelings in the body. Having running water. Our water was out for 2 days and it just came on a few hours ago.
Yay.
Really appreciate your running water. Don't take it for granted.
It's a miracle.
It is a miracle.
Being together here in this crazy Zoom, it's kind of miraculous. And to be able to say, this is how I want to take this journey. I want to take this journey with my eyes open, with to clear away some of those distractions, some of the things that keep me from the miraculous nature here. So, so as we take this journey, the chant that came to me that I wanted that just has this amazing medicine. It's a chant that's called Yours, and it comes from Psalm 74, and that says, "Yours is the day, and yours is the night." And then I just kind of go on with it a little bit, but it's just sort of like instead of just dividing the world up into things we like and things we don't like, there's this way when our eyes are open that that we open up to existence, kind of the holiness, the reverence we have for all of existence, and it's all in those moments. It's all God. It's all yours. It's and there's so much I think that I fall into of like mine and me and what's going to happen to me next. And I forget that it's like my life belongs to you, God. It's like I want to be able to have a sense of kind of a surrender to it. Oh, it's yours. This is yours too. Whatever feelings come into me, to say, oh, it's yours. It's yours. And it's such good medicine so that I don't have to carry a burden with me. And so the Hebrew words, Lecha Yom, Aflecha Laila. And in English, I sort of go on and say, yours is the day, yours is the night, yours is the dark, and yours is the light. And then I give myself, I say, I am yours, and you are mine, and wherever I look, it is you that I find. And when I do this chant, it brings me to a place where I realize, oh, this is how I want to walk through the world. I want to open up to that sense of the magic and the divinity and a sense of being held by that. So, so we're going to start with just the Hebrew part, and you can learn that, and then I'm going to add the English part, and you can do whichever part you want. But let's start together with the Hebrew, and imagine that we're walking through this life, and instead of saying, well, I like this, but I don't like this, instead of being in that place of our preferences and dividing up the world into good and bad, we just say, it's all, it's all God. It all belongs to you, and it's all a mystery. L'cha yom, haflecha laila. 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 Yours is the day, yours is the night, yours is the dark, yours is the light.
I am yours, and you are mine. Wherever I look, it is you that I find. Yours is the day, and yours is the night. Yours is the dark, and yours is the light. I am yours, and you are mine. Wherever I look, it is you that I find. L'chaim, l'chaim, Layla, l'chaim, l'chaim, Layla, l'chaim, l'chaim, Layla, l'chaim, l'chaim, Layla. Yours is the day, yours is the night, yours is the dark, and yours is the light. I am yours, and you are mine. Wherever I look, it is you that I find. Yours is the day, yours is the night, yours is the dark, and yours is the light. I am yours, and you are mine. Wherever I look, it is you that I find. Yours is the day, yours is the night, yours is the dark, and yours is the light. I am yours, and you are mine. Wherever I look, it is you that I find. L'chaim, Layla, l'chaim, l'chaim, Layla, l'chaim, l'chaim, Layla, l'chaim, l'chaim, Layla. Yours is the day, yours is the night, yours is the dark, and yours is the light. I am yours, and you are mine. Wherever I look, it is you that I find. L'chaim, l'chaim, Layla, l'chaim, l'chaim, Layla, l'chaim, l'chaim, Layla, l'chaim, l'chaim, Layla. Yours is the day, yours is the night, yours is the dark, and yours is the light. I am yours, and you are mine. Wherever I look, it is you that I find. Yom, l'chaim, Layla, l'chaim, l'chaim, Layla, l'chaim, l'chaim, Layla, l'chaim, l'chaim, Layla.
Close your eyes, bring your attention to the breath. Breathe in to the heart. Entering into that deepest place inside your heart. See if that your heart is carrying some kind of a burden. The burden might be grief or doubt or disappointment. So just be with all compassion, find that place in the heart that's weighing your heart down, whatever it is. See if you can find that in your heart and say to God, here, it's yours. It's yours. And just give it and say, oh, I want to walk through this world with a lightness in my heart, with space in my heart to receive the miracle. As long as I'm carrying this, there's no room. It's yours. So this journey that we're on, I wanted to look and see how do I want to walk this journey through the day, through the night, and this chant, which I wrote at the request of Lina, and easy one. And if Lina, if you want to unmute, if you want to say a little bit about it, why you chose this and what your journey was about, you can unmute.
I think, and you can correct me if I don't remember this exactly right, it's been a few years now, but when I was going through the breast cancer journey, you were, as always, a steadfast support. And this chant came because I don't remember if it was a dream or a meditation or something, but I had the sense that I was being carried by an angel, by Seraph, actually, very large Seraphim, who kind of stands behind me and wraps his wings around me and carries me through dark times. And this piece of the psalm really resonated with me because I felt like the vibrations of that song actually carrying me at night. It was as if the Seraph was chanting. And that's what our community and I felt like that's what I'm remembering right now. I might not have that exactly right.
Yeah.
How do you remember the story, Chef?
Yeah. Well, I remember that you being on that journey and reaching out to me and giving me this verse and asking me to craft something that would hold you through the journey with this
day and night.
Yeah, and it was moving to me, and you know it's something that has also held me. So it says by day God commands His love, and by night her song is with me. And so it's a kind of like, I think what it feels to me is like I have something written over my computer and my whiteboard, and it says love life no matter what. And that kind of sense of unconditionality, of saying like whatever we have to go through, there's this sense of that we are accompanied, we are called, that God is calling this love forth from us, and that this that song of God that is with us no matter what. And so I think I have that kind of no matter what feeling about this practice. And as we journey through these kind of difficult times, I felt like, oh, this is part of what I want to remember on this journey, to take with me this sense of love being commanded, called forth, and that the song of God sort of surrounding me even as I sleep. And that's part of the journey, and that I want to make a commitment to, that kind of no matter what. It reminds me also that when I was learning, was on a retreat with Sylvia Borstein, and she and I were teaching this retreat together, and she said to everyone, there are no breaks. And it really penetrated something in me. It's like we're on the spiritual path. There are no breaks. There are no breaks. It's like it's always it's always this dance is always in play, and the more that we can awaken to that sense of continuity, that every even it feels like when we're standing still, our souls are moving forward or inward or onward. That it's continuing. So I want to bring that to this practice. So just have a sense of your no breaks either, right? So of your own journey, and how you are being moved, you are being surrounded, you are being commanded. There is something amazing that is unfolding. I think I say this every Kzoom. I say grace unfolding. That's what I feel like this life is about, is grace unfolding. If only we can sustain an awareness of that grace. Let's see, let's get the right key here. Yoma, Yitzhak Adonai, Yitzhak Adonai Chasdo, Uvalayla Shira Imi, Uvalayla Shira Imi, by day your love, by night your song, by day your love, by night your song. Yoma, Yitzhak Adonai, Yitzhak Adonai Chasdo, Uvalayla Shira Imi, Uvalayla Shira Imi, by day your love, by night your song, by day your love, by night your song. Yoma, Yitzhak Adonai, Yitzhak Adonai Chasdo, Uvalayla Shira Imi, Uvalayla Shira Imi, by day your love,
by night your song, by day
Your
your
love
by night, your song. Yoma, Yitzhave Adonai, Yitzhave Adonai Hasdo, Uvalayla Shira Imi, Uvalayla Shira Imi, by day your
your
love, by
love,
night
by
your
night your
song, by
day
day
your love,
by night your song. Yomam Yitzhave Adonai, Yitzhave Adonai Chasdo, Uvalayla Shira Imi, Shivalayla Shira Imi, by day your
your
love, by night your
your
song, by day
your love,
by night your song. Yomam Yitzhave Adonai, Yitzhave Adonai Chasdo, Uvalayla Shira Imi, Uvalayla Shira Imi, by day your love, by night your song, by day your
love,
by night your song. Yomam Yitzhave Adonai, Yitzhave Adonai Chasdo, Uvalayla Shira Imi, Uvalayla Shira Imi, by day your love, by night your song, by day your
love,
by night your song.
In the silence, just enter into the awesomeness of this journey that you're on. So surprising where we are now. And one part of me says, I wasn't really prepared for this. And another part of me says, oh, no, you've been preparing for this your whole life.
Right, yeah.
So I want to draw on everything I've learned in my whole life to be able to show up in this moment of of what is. And the big challenge that I find in my spiritual practice is that my attention gets pulled to what's not, what's missing, what's different. My attention gets pulled there, and then the danger of that is that I can miss what is,
What is there?
and I can miss the doors that may be opening for me because they're not the doors that I thought that I had signed up to go through. So I'm gonna mute while I blow my nose. Okay. Good.
We're back.
Allergies, just allergies.
Yeah.
So there's one more practice when I think about how do I want to take this journey, and there's a practice that is called it's actually called inner sovereignty, but maybe it's called your throne. And
The secret name.
the secret name
Your
is
inner sovereignty.
Inner sovereignty, and the place of inner sovereignty allows me to travel with a certain kind of ultimate dignity and power. And it's a power that's not my power. It's a power that is the divine that moves through me. And it's an amazing pasuk, because here it talks about this throne that we all sit on when we allow ourselves to feel that inner sovereignty. And the foundations of that throne are justice and impeccability. Those are the qualities that hold us up, that lift us up into this sense of sovereignty. And when we do that, there is a fire that goes before us. And this is, as we take this wilderness journey, it's like the fire that goes before us is what shows us the way and what clears the way forward. But the fire does not appear unless we sit on that in that place of inner sovereignty. And I think that it's in contrast to a certain way of being in the world where we're pushing and we're trying to make things happen from the small will place and a kind of like effortful, like pushing of life. And at some point we get exhausted from being in that mode of pushing. And so that's when we say, no, I need to sit on the throne. I need to sit in that place
into it.
of my sovereignty, which is God's sovereignty that is moving through me. And I lean back, I open up, and I go to this place of trust and kind of curiosity and allowing of something to unfold before me. And then lo and behold, the path opens for me. But it doesn't do that if I'm just trying to, for me, it takes got to figure this out. And we got to all figure it out. We're not going to figure it out. It's going to unfold and it's going to reveal itself moment to moment for us. But only if we open and only if we lean back into that place of, the place of sovereignty is the place of connection and the place of deep knowing and deep trust. And Linda was reminding us that this is the beginning of the week of Malchut, which is the place of sovereignty. And this is where our Omer journey leads us to that place of sovereignty. So, so I want to ask everybody to lean back on your throne, sit on your throne, feel yourself kind of lifted up into that place. of sovereignty where there's no worries, there's no effort, there's a trust in what is unfolding.
That sounds right.
And we'll let the fire lead the way, clear the way, show the way. צדק ומשפט נכון כיסך, אש לפנייך תלך, אש לפנייך תלך, צדק ומשפט נכון כיסך, אש לפנייך תלך, אש לפנייך תלך, צדק ומשפט נכון כיסך, אש לפנייך תלך, אש לפנייך תלך, צדק ומשפט נכון כיסך, אש לפנייך תלך, אש לפנייך תלך, צדק ומשפט נכון כיסך, אש לפנייך תלך, אש לפנייך תלך, צדק ומשפט נכון כיסך, אש לפנייך תלך, אש לפנייך תלך, צדק ומשפט נכון כיסך, אש לפנייך תלך, אש לפנייך תלך, צדק ומשפט נכון כיסך, אש לפנייך תלך, אש לפנייך תלך, צדק ומשפט נכון כיסך, אש לפנייך תלך, אש לפנייך תלך, צדק ומשפט נכון כיסך, אש לפנייך תלך, אש לפנייך תלך, צדק ומשפט נכון כיסך, אש לפנייך תלך, אש לפנייך תלך, צדק ומשפט נכון כיסך, אש לפנייך תלך, אש לפנייך תלך, צדק ומשפט נכון כיסך, אש לפנייך תלך, אש לפנייך תלך, צדק ומשפט נכון כיסך, אש לפנייך תלך, אש לפנייך תלך, צדק ומשפט נכון כיסך, אש לפנייך תלך, אש לפנייך תלך, צדק ומשפט נכון כיסך, אש לפנייך תלך, אש לפנייך תלך, צדק ומשפט נכון כיסך, אש לפנייך תלך, אש לפנייך תלך, צדק ומשפט נכון כיסך, אש לפנייך תלך, אש לפנייך תלך, צדק ומשפט נכון כיסך, אש לפנייך תלך,
Isla vermeidele. Tätä komispat lehon kiesai. Isla vermeidele. Oh, Isla vermeidele.
Close your eyes, sit tall on your throne. Feel yourself lifted up into your sovereignty. Inner sovereignty is the opposite of being a victim of circumstance. Inner sovereignty allows you to connect to all your resources, all of the gifts that are coming in this strange time, all of the surprises. So as you sit on your throne and feel yourself in that place of connection, openness, just imagine before you a path opening up. And that path is being opened up by the fire of God, this kind of force of clearing, of sending, of enthusiasm, passion, inspiration. And feel yourself on that throne, but also kind of pulled forward into your life with eagerness, with excitement. Allow that fire to come into your heart.
Amen.
And this sometimes we can say, I don't know what's coming next. And you can say it with a kind of trepidation, or you can say, I don't know what's coming next.
Wow.
And in that kind of like allow that to be a blessing rather than something that we fear.
Yeah.
So I invite us to take that blessing, whatever blessing that you received inside you, to take a look around the room. You have to kind of and send that blessing out to all of the faces here. We're in lots of different places.
Yeah. Including a couple in Australia. Someone besides Tony.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
So we bless everyone here and everybody receiving that blessing. And I see some kisses happening. And I want to say that next, first of all, I wanted to ask for you to go to the website, rabbisheffigold.com, and give a donation from that place, whatever place of generosity and wanting this work to move forward, to give a donation in honor of whatever you have received. And I thought about next week is Shavuot, and I thought about, well, people probably have other places to go, and but then I thought, no, I want to do.
Who would you rather want to do?
Well, it's not going to be. I mean, what it is I want to do. Our same hour together, to keep that going, and to have it be an hour of opening to revelation, and then you may want to go to other Leon Tikkun Shavuot if you want to from there, but for us to come together next week and to be in that place of preparing for Revelation together. So so I am going to
Oh dear.
unmute.
You're gonna unmute everybody.
Unmute
Oh my gosh. We're unmuted.
Thanks, everyone. Blessings, everyone.
Rabbi dear,
See all
Rabbi
of you.
dear,
So wonderful.
Bye, everybody.
Raphael.
Rabbi Shefa,
Oh, we love you so much. We love
Sandy,
you.
where are you?
To everybody.
Oh,
Sandy, so
love our
good to
holy
see
have.
you here.
Good to see you,
Hello,
Tony.
it's always nice to catch up after.
I
heard you.
Yeah.
You're
You're all
so
very
beautiful.
funny.
Hi, David.
Your art's so beautiful.
Rabbi Shefa, because
Yeah.
Rabbi Shefa, so that each one of us has our own local synagogue, which we would probably be celebrating Shavuot on. Maybe you could do this one on Wednesday, and then everybody can celebrate Shavuot on Thursday with their local synagogue too.
I'm just going to say, I'm just going to keep the schedule, and whoever can show up can
Okay.
show up.
It's just 1 hour.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
and when blessings go wherever you need to go, that's great.
Okay.
But
There are time differences that might work really well.
That's also good.
All right. Depending on your time zone. Yeah.
Good day, will be.
Hour starts at 9.
It's 11 a.m.